What's going on, guys? So today we're talking about my neck knife, which I'm taking off for you. Alright, this guy is the Spyderco ARK. I love this knife. I've had this for quite a bit of time. It's one of my go-tos for several reasons. I really like, first of all, let's start from the beginning, right? This is a very flat knife, right? So I carry all kinds of, small to medium fixed blades for neck knives. You guys have seen that. Year after year, video after video, I am a neck knife guy. It's my thing, right? And I've carried big chunky knives that are they're more capable and stuff, but truthfully, the ones that I rotate through more often are either because they perform really, really well for me, like they're super comfortable, or they're just really comfortable to carry. This is one of those cases where this is just flat. Look how flat this profile is. So when I carry this against my chest, it sits flat. It doesn't rub around. It's not super heavy. It doesn't swing too much. I mean, it's just all around a good neck knife for that reason. I like the little retention tab that's on here. It's kind of cool. All right, so you can see it's molded into the plastic itself. So this prevents the knife from coming out. So to take the knife out, you have to push on that. You need a little pressure, and then you can slide the knife out. Sometimes it's a pain getting it back in because it wants to kind of get in the way. I don't generally put my finger out there. I'll just kind of rock the blade or twist it. You know, if it, like right now, it feels like it's getting jammed up, I'll just twist it a little bit. That's fine. I can wiggle its way in. I like the knife itself. There's a deep finger choil. There's also a thumb ramp. It really feels like it's locked into my hand, even though it's flat. It has the volcano pattern checkering, so it's grippy. It feels really, really good. I like the little, the blade profile on here has a nice fine point, has enough belly on here for slicing, and it's long enough to get, a lot of jobs done. This one is in H1 steel. Let's see, let's go ahead and zoom in. I know it's on the other side, but let's see. Let's look at the markings here. Whoop, right side up. So on one side we see Seiki Japan, and the other side we see Spyderco H1. All right, so that H1 steel is very, very, very good with withstanding rust, right? It's almost, now I used to say it couldn't rust, and I've never had one rust, but technically it's impossible to have that to be true. Like, in other words, it could stain. You could get really, really light pitting as well, but it's not going to rust out. It's not impossible. I'll say that. It's not impossible to rust, but it's unlikely, like so incredibly unlikely. So the advantage of this is when you're out in the rain or it gets wet, especially like why you would choose the salt series of knives from Spyderco is if you literally live by salt water, you're on the coast, or if you want a good knife for canoeing, or when you want to go out fishing or whatever. A knife where it's going to be exposed to either salt water air constantly or water itself, right? If you go white water rapid rafting or whatever, like those adventure water sports type stuff, these are the knives you want because they're just less likely to rust. They can get wet all the time. You don't even have to dry them. They'll dry by themselves eventually. This does have a little drain hole, in the tip of the sheath here, so if it does get wet inside there, it does have a place to drain. Although I do carry like this, so it'll drain out the bottom before it would drain out the top. But anyway, long story short, that's why you would get, that's its advantage. Its disadvantage, which I knew right away because I use it all the time, it does not hold an edge very well. H1 steel is just not a good blade steel for edge retention. Right? The actual cutting part of things. And that's why we have knives, right? We have knives to cut stuff. Ultimately, that's what we want to do with them. So that becomes a little bit of an issue for someone like myself who carries them so often. How do I resolve that issue? Well, I just sharpen it more often. But it's a pain in the butt. In fact, I just had to sharpen it today. I found myself getting a little lazy. And the last time, 2 times ago, I used a knife and I could tell it's getting a little dull. I didn't sharpen it. And then the last time I had to cut something, I struggled a little. And that's embarrassing. I'm cutlery lover. I go to take a knife out and I go to cut something and it's dull. Right? I can't have that. So I was embarrassed. And not only that, it just wasn't as helpful or useful. It became more dangerous. You guys know this, right? The duller a knife is, the more pressure you need to cut things. And that's when you start getting erratic. That's when you're more likely to cut yourself or something else that you're not meaning to cut. So a sharp knife is a safe knife for that reason. So yeah, so I knew it was time, and I broke out the sharpening equipment, and I put a nice edge on it. So now it's good to go. It's nice and sharp again. But I just want to make a video talking about the H1. I want to see your guys' experience with H1, right? For me, like I said, because I'm using this all the time, I really did find that, like, it stands out. I'll say that. It stands out enough. Now, when I carry this as a neck knife, again, it's kind of a go-to neck knife. I always carry, you know, another, at least a folder, sometimes a fixed blade, but more often a folder that I'm testing. So I try to be conscious of grabbing that first, because that's why I'm carrying it. Not only to see how it feels walking around, see how it unclips and clips into my pocket, but I want to take it out, open it, use it, feel it. I forget sometimes. My neck knives are so damn convenient. They're right there. I often, like, sometimes I'll have to tuck it into my shirt because I'm so used to just going for a neck knife and grabbing that instead of, you know, whatever's in my pocket. So even when I was carrying this, I noticed there was 2 times where I actually had to cut something, and I used this both times. And I was carrying, I want to say a Benchmade or something on me I haven't used before, so I wanted to test it. And after I made my cut with my neck knife, I'm like, damn, I should have used the Benchmade, obviously. So, you know, it is what it is, but the reason, again, for this video is just to ask your opinion on H1 steel. Now, it doesn't have to be on this Spyderco ARK. It could be on whatever you have, whatever H1 Spyderco you have. What is your experience with it? Let me see. I know they switched the steel. I do want to look it up real quick because I want to say the new version of the ARK has a different steel. So let me just double check that while we're having a little chat here. All right. So, let's see, Spyderco ARK. These are now $88.50. I want to say this was cheaper when I got it, but everything goes up with time. And yes, it looks like the new ones are in H2 steel. So yeah, hold on, let me double check specs. Yeah, blade material is H2. And just so you know, since I have this out here, let me go ahead and give you some specs in case you haven't seen this nice knife before. But we have a 2.6-inch blade. All right, obviously you can see it's clip point, 0.81 ounces. All right, polymer frame, or handle rather, excuse me. Yeah, the ARK, A-R-K, by the way, in case you want to look it up. But yeah, I love it. It's very cool. I don't have a whole lot of experience with H2. I do have plenty of experience with H1, not through this, but also through different assault models. I've had assault Delico before. I've had the, I want to say a native, assault version of the native. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to bring that up with you guys. There's also other rust-free options, like, what is it, LC200? Let me double check here real quick. Let me look at the assault. Let me see what they're doing right now, because I haven't checked in a while, the Spyderco assault line. I know they're always changing things up. So let's see. Let's get an idea here. Okay, so right now, at least, they have a stretch, 2XL, the lady. Oh, I had a ladybug salt too as well. Let's go ahead and check out this this ladybug. Sorry, I know I'm doing this offhand here. You guys can look with me if you want. So this is specs. This is in an H1 as well. Okay. Whoop, I go back too far. All right, so let's check the stretch 2XL. What are they using for this? An H2. Okay. Let's see. Here's a native. The LC200N. That's what I was talking about. So I've had knives with LC200N before. Not as much extensive use than H1. H1 by far, as far as the rust-free steels, that's where I have my most experience. And like I said, across the board, they're all the same in that they just don't hold an edge really, really well. From memory, the last time I had one in the LC200N, I want to say that did have better edge retention. But H2, I don't know offhand. So you guys can let me know in the comment section. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Just want your feedback on H1. But just, again, it was a reminder as I have to sharpen it over and over and over again when I actually carry and use it. You know, no rust issues, obviously. But, and I've had this plenty wet. I've had pictures. I went on vacation. I would bring this when I go swimming. I literally have it around my neck when I'm swimming. I don't care if it gets soaking wet. I don't even bother to dry it. It's whatever. No issues with rust. That's the whole point. That's the selling point for H1 for me. So anyway, just wanted to touch upon this, get your guys' opinion again on the H1. What do you think of it? I dig it. It's just, it really kind of sucks staying sharp. That's all. It's unfortunate. I love this knife design. I would like this in, there's so many awesome blade steels. Obviously, MagnaCut is everyone's favorite now, right? It's the #1 cool kid on the block lately. But there's blade steels I love I just forgot about before. There's just so many really awesome blade steels. I'll tell you what, really thinking about it, one of my favorite all-time blade steels is CPM 20CV. I love 20CV. I have that, I want to say, geez, I've had a couple different knives with 20CV. It definitely my PM2. My PM2 with 20CV is one of my all-time favorite knives. It's just, what an awesome blade steel. But you don't see it like, a ton. You did. It was almost like for a while people were doing that a lot, but there's so many. You can't, there's so many awesome blade steels. And by the way, I'm constantly saying some of the old ones that used to be cool, like S30V, they just work well. There's nothing wrong with them. But anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.